I'm just gonna hit it. Carburetor needs a little tuning.
Time to put on some horsepower.
Second gear, just drop down to it, foot flat to the floor. Down to second, nail it. Sorry that I made you beat on your car.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna get rid of this. The little 600 that was on it was doing okay. But the thing is, it just, even after rebuilding it, going through everything, a lot of people will think, okay, hey man, when you rebuild a carburetor, you put new gaskets on it, you clean it out with carb cleaner and all that stuff, you should be good, everything should be fine. You gotta remember, the little channels and everything that are inside of a carburetor, you might not be able to get all the goop and all the crustiness out of it. If the car's been sitting for a long time, you can hit it with carb cleaner all you want, but think about it like this. Think about it like plaque on your teeth. You can sit there and brush all you want. You're not gonna get all the plaque off. You actually have to pick the thing out. When you send a carburetor like this into a place like, say, Pro Systems, they'll go through and they'll clean out all those little canals and everything like that. So when you're doing just carb cleaner and gaskets and things, it is good to do. It is good to do. But the carb might be so damn old, or the car sat for a really long time and the fuel finally just like got thick and nasty and it just built up like plaque, that you're not gonna be able to fully clean the thing out. So the thought was, and this is something he and I talked about, he's like, what if I just buy another carburetor? Can we do that? Absolutely. So instead, we ended up going with this 650 double pumper. Now, some of you might look at it and go, why would you go with the 650 double pumper on a 200 horsepower 351 Cleveland? Great question. This, I'm gonna pull some jetty now. This right now is like 70, 76. I'll probably go down to like 67, maybe 73, something like that. I'm gonna kill the jet out of this thing. But I know for a fact later on, we'll probably end up putting a cam in this thing, hopping it up a little bit, making it a little nicer. Then you're gonna want a carb like this. So right now, this is probably a little bit too big for it. I mean, we're splitting hairs, but when you finally put a cam in it and you wanna make more like 300 horsepower, 350 horsepower, this carburetor will work great. So it's a pretty much buy it once, you don't have to buy it again scenario. So this will be going on there for sure. I'll tune this in, we'll be fine. It won't be running lean, I can tell you that. And then he's got some nice chrome valve covers, nice chrome air cleaner, and we're gonna make this thing look more street machine, more hot rod. I mean, that's what we do here. You know, it's gonna look more muscle car custom garage. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. Let's get working, my friends. Let's get working. So this is how far down I'm going to tear everything. Everything seems to be okay. I don't see a lot of sludge built up or anything like that. That's like, oh wow, you know, somebody wasn't doing oil changes on this thing. Top side's one thing, inside the oil pan's another. But of what I'm seeing, she doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. So now, we got her torn down. That's as far as we're gonna tear this thing down. Now it's time for the chrome goodies. Oh, what kind of chrome goodies? Well, I'm gonna show you here in 3, 2, 1. Magic of YouTube. Da-da-da! Here we go. This is all the chrome goodies that we got going on this bad boy. So yeah, the Brawler, the valve covers, air cleaner. I love this. I love the fact of somebody getting into cars and wanting to just spice up their setup. Even if it's chrome valve covers, chrome air cleaner, you know, nice carburetor and all that. This is entry-level stuff, but it's so nice to see that the passion is still out there, that people still love these old hot rods, and like, man, when I pop the hood, I want people to see what I got. Rah, rah, you know, and that is cool to me. I love this, absolutely love this. So now, see what you got. Let's put it on the car. Let's see how good this is going to be. If you guys didn't see this last video when I took everything off and made it what it is right now, there's a huge air conditioning setup on it. I am going to paint this section and try to do a little bit of painting on the engine. There's two types of Ford blue. There's that really bright blue, like almost the grabber blue, and then you got this. I'm going to do a little bit of painting on here. I'm going to degrease it, do a little painting. We'll get the valve covers on, get that carb tuned up. Next thing you know, that thing's going to be doing big old burnouts. Oh yeah. There we go. Just letting the paint dry up, but that looks so much nicer. Now once all the chrome and everything goes on, this is going to pop so much more. I also ended up painting the pulleys and then the power steering pump. I ended up using that with some of my trim black that I use. I love this stuff. This stuff is fantastic. So now let's put on some chrome. See where the hole is? See in relation that it's not perfectly centered? You can see right in here where I had to knock this side in. The head of the bolt is hitting right there, and it's doing the same thing on this one. So what I have to do is I have to pound this down to be able to get the head of the bolt to even go in, to be able to actually even get it into the hole to make it work. So just keep in mind, you know, things look good. I mean, she's looking good for damn sure. Keep in mind, when you buy an Amazon or an eBay valve cover, you're getting a cheaper valve cover. If you spend the money on like a Moroso or other ones that are out there that they're a little bit more money, they tend to fit a little bit better. But I will say this, if you don't mind having to do a little massage work and things like that, then these might work out good for you. Do what you can within your budget, and you might have to do some slight modifications to make them fit the car. I don't know if you guys are dealing with this, but the amount of freaking cottonwood that we got floating around here, I mean, look at this. You look down there, look at how much. And it's all in the freaking air. It's like we're in a monsoon or a typhoon or some shit of just cottonwood in here. But, oh my God. Oh, you know, we could have some fun. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. You ever light it up before? Oh man, this stuff is like awesome kindling. I tell you what, I'm gonna go grab some. There ain't nobody here. All right, come on. Let's get inside. Come on. I'm not lighting it up freaking out here, because if all of a sudden it lights up, and I don't need to light up the whole freaking place. Oh, I got a whole bunch. So I got some right here. I'm like, start fires and create cool shit. So, oh, this is cool. Check this out. Ready? Ooh. If you do it like at a big string and a long line, it'll like all the way down. This is awesome freaking kindling. So anyways, let's get back to the Mustang. Let me tell you what's going on. I just saw all that and I was like, man, I gotta light that shit up. It's time to toss this sucker on there. Let's get her running. Is it really gonna add a bunch more horsepower? No, not really. It just looks shiny, and shiny things in car guys' mind, that adds horsepower. So we'll say it adds like 1 or 2. Yeah, it adds 1 or 2 horsepower. Yeah. Alrighty. Now we gotta be able to get this on there and see what kind of mumbo jumbo stuff we're gonna have to do with fuel line. Yeah. We are hitting the coil bracket. We are putting it right into here. So I am gonna have to figure out another place for this coil. Also, we're getting close to the vacuum setup back there, but you can see we're a full hole off. So once we do that, that'll miss. But yeah, we're hitting here. I could bend the line, I could blah. So my thought was to do something like this, put a little bend into this line and take this and kick it up where possibly I could miss the coil. Well, when I was doing some bending, I completely collapsed the freaking line. Happy day. So what did I do? I went out and I ended up picking up some fittings that will go into the carburetor, and then I'm just gonna run it into a T. I can put the coil where I want, and then just from that T, go right into the fuel line. That I have to eat. I mean, I screwed this up. I'm not gonna make him pay for it. So I went out, bought everything that we or that I need to be able to get the job going. So I figured I could get it bent. I did this portion of it. You could see it was like, oh yeah, no big deal. Well, this one's shorter. And as soon as I did it, I mean, it collapsed that sucker like nothing. I was right there. I'm like, yep. All of a sudden it just goes and just, oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Got our headers on it. Nice aluminum intake, a little bit more carburetor, some chrome goodies. Yay! What I have to get going on here, though, is I got to figure out something with the throttle because there's nothing that came in the kit, and I got to figure out throttle. The kickdown is not going to reach, even though I got the little Ford kickdown on it. This is like as far as it goes. It's not going to reach. And I will say this as well, the kickdown never worked. What I ended up doing on the other side, I'll show you the little pieces that I made. I reused that collapsed fitting, and what I did was right where I bent them, I cut them and then I reflared them. So you can see how I ended up reflaring it. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to just run off of there, and then have a T that comes up through there, and then we'll loop around in here. I'm going to take the fuel filter, I'm going to stick it down more like right about here, and then just run a line going from there to the T, and then right into the carburetor, and we're done. I don't know if I got any 3/8 line here. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw some braided line on there, make it look a little bit better for him. That's a good possibility. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll throw a little braided line. First things first, I want to see if I got any 3/8 rubber line. If I don't, I'll see maybe if I got some 6AN stuff. Yeah. So to get that to work properly, what I did was I sandwiched washers. I got a big washer here, I got a big washer here, and I found a washer that was really close to the inside diameter of this, so that way it doesn't just sit there and float around. Say he's real heavy on his foot, you could take this, because you remember how big that hole was, it would just sit there and slide back and forth. So I found a washer that was really close. Took this, put a little Loctite on it, and now that's what we got. We are ready to fire this thing off, make sure we have no leaks, go through some tuning, set float levels. What I did do that you guys didn't see was when I had the bowls off, when I changed jets around, what I used to use is like a 5/16 drill bit, and I would take the bowl, flip it upside down so the float goes down or against the roof, and at that point, I take a 5/16 and I go across there. So I adjust it until that is a nice gap. That gets you really close. But let's get it running. Let's get it running. Let me find my tripod here. Oh, well, I know where my tripod is. Bad joke. Let me find the tripod here, set you guys up, and we will get this thing lit off, man. At least started. That, my friends, is boosters. Gas out of your booster tube here, that's telling me that the needle and seat is stuck. Well, this is what we're tuning for. Yep. Yeah. The back one's about mid-level, which isn't bad. That's what I do that 5/16 for. This front one is full as can be. Okay, my friends. Prime example of what happens when you have a needle and seat that is sticking, that is not working properly. You saw that gasoline just pouring out of the freaking carburetor, right out of the booster. That is a prime example of what happens when you have a stuck needle and seat. What that's going to do is, let's just say like this pen, the tip of this pen, that would be like my needle, and then this would be the seat that it has to go into. Once it seats itself, it doesn't allow any more fuel to pretty much go through. The bowl is where it needs to be. That's why you're filling it to a certain level. It's like, hey, that's where I need it to be, halfway, whatever you decide, but halfway, or at the bottom if you don't have a sight glass. Now, with that being said, if it does not seat, well, then you're just going to constantly have gas going through it. Eventually, you're going to fill the bowl all the way up, And then where's it going? Well, it has to find some way out. It's going to go straight up that booster, main circuit, all of that, but it's going to go straight up that booster, and it's just going to start pouring gas down into the carburetor. My friends, that is a number one right there, biggest red flag of your needle and seat is either junk or it's stuck. You have dirt, debris, something going on. That's a brand spanking new carburetor. Should be perfectly fine. What's going on? You could have stuff from, it's an old gas tank. It's a new fuel filter, but it's an old gas tank. The braided line, maybe there was a little piece of rubber that, you know, tiny microscopic couple of pieces of rubber from cutting the line. I blew them out and did what you're supposed to do. Could have gotten into the needle and seat. Maybe, whatever it is. So I'm going to take the needle and seat out, thoroughly clean it, just carb cleaner, take it apart, clean it, put it back in, reset my levels to where I want it to be, stick it back on, and we're going to do a round two. Let's put a couple of turns in this bad boy. Okay, so what I'm looking at is my levels here. All right, that right there, that's going full throttle and it wants to die like that. We got some tuning. Car's out of gas. There's nothing on the gas gauge. The filter. Yeah, so the filter's pretty much empty. He brought me a car on E. Oh my God. Now if you notice, nice and full. You can see our levels. Everything's good in that sense. Good to go. She's nice and crisp. Get that thing back on there. I'm about a turn and a half out. I mean, it's full throttle. I would say right now, oh, let me turn this off. I would say right now, being able to go with just part throttle, it's nice. Being able to go whack and full throttle. I adjusted the accelerator pumps. I always like to leave the accelerator pumps. I always give them a little bit of play. I'll show you what I mean. This guy, old CSU carb. This will be a whole nother video for you guys that want to see a, we're going to do an entry-level Pro Charge combination. This is actually about a 20-year-old Steve Morris build that I ended up finding. We're going to talk to Steve and we're going to go through a whole bunch of other stuff on this build. We're going to build this thing up and I'm going to end up selling this combination, and the money for that will be going towards all the hospital bills and everything for Jenny and, you know, for the cancer and everything that we're dealing with. But accelerator pumps. What I do on these is I'll give myself a little bit of room. So I'll hold the accelerator here against the pump or against the diaphragm, and I like to have a little bit of wiggle room in this. This is a little more than what I would run, but you can see how there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. What I want to do is I want to be able to create, the blades are like this. I want to be able to open up the blades and get some air traveling through before I introduce fuel first. So I just want to be able to crack those blades and then get the fuel to come in. So I do that on front and rear, and the old trick was like, you know, take a book of matches and you can use that in 15 thousandths, 20 thousandths. I give myself just a little bit of wiggle room and a little bit of play. It's going to get you pretty damn close. So now everything's good to go. I would say, yeah, it's time. I think we're going to take this thing out on the road See if it has that lean, hiccup, and everything that's going on up top.
All right, let's go for a ride around the block. One of his big things was when he put it in gear, that it would, it just would want to die. It ain't doing that. I'm not even touching the gas right now. So I'm just gonna get into it maybe to about a quarter throttle. No biggie. If I just hit it, just it's got a little something to it. If I downshift it and let her eat, I'm just gonna manually go through the gears. I'm just gonna hit it. Oh, I'm actually going by a cop sign. 52. Hey man, your speedo's dead on. So we just did 80. Carburetor needs a little tuning. But if I go like half throttle, it accelerates fine. I mean, that's 60 to 70, you know, in the blink of an eye. I got to do a little bit more on the carburetor from that initial hit. Because when I down it and hit it, when I do this, it's not bad, but it's not quite there yet. So I'll do a little, we'll do a little carb adjustments on it, a little bit more. Try to get things to improve. Apparently a speedometer came undone again. Huh. So if we down it and hit it. All right, I am doing 55. So I'm gonna down it and hit it. That's better. That's way freaking better. So now, if you tell me that you're having problems getting on the car, that you're flooring it and it's spitting and sputtering and all that, I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna floor the car. I'm gonna make sure everything's working the way it should. So, that being said, is why I'm getting on the car. We're gonna do it right from the dig. We're gonna let this thing eat. If this solves it, it's ready to pick up. That runs freaking fine. That was a brake stand. I didn't do a burnout. I just stalled it against the converter and just hit it and let it go. I would say that's fine. So it looks the way you want it to look so far. Now we just gotta see if it performs the way you want it to perform. Wow. I know. I know, you and I are talking about that, where it's like we're waiting for that thing to shift. Now, does it feel any snappier at that point?
It does. I was going to say when we were pulling out it.
We're up. Okay, we're moving.
Does. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we were starting to go down the road and get the speedometer just working, and it just must be loose.
Well, like I said, when I was going, I was like, hey, the Speedo's working.
Yeah.
You know, and I went by the cop thing. I'm like, dude, your Speedo's dead on. And all of a sudden I watched it go, bleh, and it went down. I'm going, I wasn't meaning stop working.
Right. Where are we going?
Yeah, you're right up there. Now you're straight. Go ahead and stop. Now, foot on the brake, one on the gas. Feel it push against the brake a little bit, and then just nail it.
What do you think?
Well, I know we kind of and then nailed it.
Yeah.
But even then, give him some room.
Yeah.
I just want to see if it does this. All right. No, go ahead and keep on trucking.
Yeah.
Go to second. Foot to the floor. That's it. It's there, but it's that hiccup. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the accelerator pump up. Go ahead and get into it. You're letting off. Don't let off. Okay, it clears itself out. All right.
Yeah.
I am going to, because it seems like when you hit it, that would be accelerator pump. It was working fine for me, but that's why I'm glad we did this. Park right in front of here. I will do a quick adjustment.
Yeah.
All right, so we did a little tuning on that one. That's the point of doing this, man.
Yep.
And we're gonna go try it out again. So we're gonna, let's say, take a right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take a right. We're gonna see if we fix this little bad boy here. Get into it a little bit. That doesn't seem bad.
No.
I know it wasn't full throttle, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to be doing the type stuff. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now this is a nice little straight shot going that way. Once your wheels are straight, just put it to the wood.
Yeah.
And just straight to the board. I don't think it's there anymore.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
That seemed to just go.
That just went.
Well, it'll tell you how fast you're going.
Yeah, let's see.
Like I said, this is what I hit, and I was like, hey, it's perfect.
Pretty accurate.
So you almost got to match the hum that you hear the motor doing. That sounds about like 55.
Right.
Now, you never got a chance to actually feel what it feels like doing its thing.
Doing its thing. Right.
So how does it feel?
Feels great. Feels great. It's a fun ride.
I would say for the final test, because it did it when you did it before. Second gear, just drop down to it, foot flat to the floor. Down to second, nail it. That didn't seem to do any of it. Okay.
Didn't do anything.
So it had to be accelerator pump was just giving it too much shot. We weren't getting enough air in there to allow it. So it was just basically getting a bunch of gas and then coughing it out. So we got it solved.
All right.
That's why I was like, I want to take it out I want to make sure everything's right before we go when you drive it home, that this thing's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Right.
Sorry that I made you beat on your car.
Yeah, right.
So as you guys can see, everything looks good. Everything's running great. He's going to drive this bad boy home, have a good old time. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll throw a cam in it or tub it out and put a roll cage in this thing. You never know. Never know.
Never know.
So we're going to have a good old time. So until we meet again, my friends, I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit the share, the like, the subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. Woo! See ya!